What's going on, guys? So if you're currently doing telemarketing and you are scheduling appointments for free roof inspections, you might have come across a lot of scenarios where the homeowners don't trust you, and that's pretty much every single day at every single time, right? They don't trust you. And you might have come across that you're just talking, not making any sense, and they just hang up on you, right? It's going to happen. There's not a whole lot of control over it, but you can do something to better that up, to make it a bit less rejection. All right, so this has to do with things that are available. I mean, that you're going to learn how to use. These are softwares that are online that you can use to your favor, so that way you sound a little bit more local. You make more sense of when you talk, because what you're saying is actually something that has happened, right? So if you're a telemarketer for these type of things, like scheduling free roof inspections, that you may know you're calling all over the place, anywhere from California, Texas, all the way to New York, Florida, right? You're calling all over the place. So you have to do a little bit of research as far as what areas are you calling, when was the last storm. Sometimes you might even run up to a wrong number, but that does not mean that the person you're calling does not own a house and you can schedule an appointment with that person, right? But it'll only make sense when they trust you. It'll only make sense when what you say makes sense to them, right? But that rarely happens when what you're saying is just so generic. It's just something that just doesn't make a click on their head, right? Because you may be talking about a recent storm. You might be rebuttaling to them, letting them know, you know what, we're calling you because of the recent storm, but the recent storm has been about a year ago, right? They're like, dude, you're lost because there hasn't been any storms, maybe. So you might want to get to know the area that you're calling. So my suggestion is, to check your areas, but I'm going to show you guys how, okay? I'm going to go from simple as Google Maps to something more complex, like being able to measure the roof, literally being able to measure the house, the roof, and know how much does it cost. Now, you don't always get to use this, right? You typically only use it whenever you're on a long call and you're dealing with someone that's, maybe not skeptical, but very worried about pricing, right? People that are objecting because of the deductible, because they own a big house, right? But you can always come back if you know how much is the roof worth. Just doing a ballpark estimate, you'll be able to know, hey, you know what? I mean, I know your deductible is high, and we do have deductible assistance programs if you work for a company like that. But your roof is worth, $50,000, right? You definitely can save yourself a lot of money, just having it paid by the insurance company. You get to pay the deductible, and if you have any issues with that, we have a deductible assistance program. But it's just by you knowing. And there's a lot of people that don't know how much is the roof worth, and they're like, no, I don't think I need it, I don't want it, right? And then you immediately pull that tool up, and you'll be able to, see how much is the roof worth. You'll be able to tell them, you know what, your roof is worth $15,000. And if you get damage from a hailstorm, not reported on time until it becomes a long-term damage, which is specified on the policy, then you will be held liable for those repairs, for the roof, to replace the whole thing. Otherwise, they're going to turn you down, right? So these are things that you get to know little by little. So let me go jump into my computer. And if you like what you hear and what you see, just promise me you'll give me a thumbs up. Subscribe to the channel in case you're not subscribed. And if it's not too much to ask, go ahead and share it with your teammates, all right? Whoever you know is working in this industry, share it to them via WhatsApp or any way possible. Just do me a big favor, copy the link, send it to your friends, whoever is in this industry. I like to make sure that they, they improve in case they're new. And another thing that I want to do, something that really drives me, the reason why I'm teaching you all my techniques that I use that make me better, that make me reach financial freedom, working here to be able to open up new businesses, because I'm an entrepreneur, is because I want to teach you guys that. But I cannot teach you. I cannot teach you how to open up companies, how to open up your own firm, if I can't make you, make more money. I need you to make more money so that way you can open up businesses. And I'm not going to charge you a single dime. I'm just, this is free content. So let's jump into the computer, and I'll show you guys what type of tools can you use. All right, let's go. All right, guys. So welcome to my computer. We're in my computer already. I'm gonna start sharing my screen so you guys can see I'm actually on the chat right now reading you guys. So just I put the list down together so I can go straight to a point. So let me just share my computer here very quick. All right, there it is. So we're on Google. So these are just some small tools that you can use to your advantage. Make sure that um, you do your best you can over here on while you're taking calls. So anyways, the first tool I want you guys to learn from, and that's going to be very important that you guys use consistently. That way you don't sound like a stranger whenever you're approaching someone, whenever they say they don't need it, but then you say that you're calling because of the recent storms, right? There hasn't been any recent storms. How would you know, right? So I would suggest just open up Stormer site. I already got it saved up, but the link is up here. Stormer site. I'm also going to leave the links below on the description. So the first one that I like you guys to know and be aware of, especially if you're new, this may not sound something so new. You're already, a 10-year agent, but if you're new, this is going to be very helpful for you. All you got to do over here, for example, Stormer site has, all the information as far as the latest hailstorms, windstorms, and tornadoes. All right, this is as easy as it can get. All you got to do is, let's say you're calling this area. I took a screenshot over here. Let me just erase here to kind of block it right here. Okay, so that way it's just not. Okay. Well, anyways, so let's just say you type in the zip code. You're calling Georgia. You're calling Buford, Georgia, right? So the zip code is 30518. All right, that's the zip code, and then you type in yes. Okay, it's gonna give you the option to select the city, right? Of course, there's a lot of ads going on. Okay, good. So it's gonna open up this. Now, what you want to do is scroll down and click where it says all. Just select all. It's gonna give you all of the storms that this tool has in it. So, and the first thing is going to come up is that hailstorm. When was the last one? Now, right now I'm recording this, we're on December, and the last hailstorm was back in August. Okay. So, but that doesn't mean that, it's just too far away. We can still go ahead and look for any wind damage. Here's the tab over here. You click on the wind, right? And as you can see, we had a windstorm back in November. Right now it's December, right? So definitely, I mean, you come back with an argument that we did have heavy, strong winds, and what wind does is that it lifts up the shingle and puts it right back into place, without you even noticing. So it's very hard to tell when you have wind damage, and with the storms that are coming, then you might end up having long-term damage, and your insurance hold you liable for it. So it's you come up with these rebuttals after seeing this, and it gives you a lot more confidence. It's also going to help you into confidence knowing that, okay, there was a recent storm. Something did happen on this area. So, right, it's going to give you a lot more, you know, this motivation, this belief that what you're doing is for real, right? Although, I mean, it is. I'm not saying it ain't, but it's just that sometimes we just pick up the phone, start dialing without knowing anything, without doing any research, and of course that's going to reflect on your production, right? Now, also another thing that I do suggest is that people remember big things, right? I think people remember big events. So if you look up something, a big event would be something like a hurricane or a tornado. So when you come up with an argument, it doesn't really matter if it has been 3 years ago, 2 years ago, 5 years ago, right? When you mention something so big, they're going to remember, and they're going to make a click. They're going to connect the dots right away, even if you're talking about a tornado that happened a long time ago. If you click there, as you can see, there's a storm. There was a tornado back in 2010. Now you might be saying, dude, that was like 10 years ago. But you got people that are saying that the roofs are 15 years old, and they still don't want it, right? So what if you click on this tab, and then let's say that you're not looking at this while you're taking calls. You kind of already looked it up before calling the area, or once you realize that was the area you were going to call, you looked this all up, and now you have it over here. So you're taking the call. You got someone that, you know what, I'm okay. I don't want it. My roof is 15 years old, and I still got 20. I still got 10 more years to go, 30 more years to go. Whatever is the warranty. They stuck with that belief. But if you come up with, you know what, I don't know if you remember, sir. It was a very long time ago. It was 10 years ago when we had a big tornado. A lot of roofs in this area were replaced because of that. And then we're still finding damage that were scattered since then, and insurance are holding homeowners liable because they never claimed the roof on time until it started leaking. Now, we're not saying that's going to happen with you, but you definitely do want to get it checked out. We are already helping a few homeowners in this area. And are you the owner here at blah, 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 right? So you start hitting them with this facts. You hit them with facts, they start connecting the dots, and they start trusting you more because they know that you're local, right? And that you're not just chasing a recent storm, that you're actually talking about something that happened a long time ago, but that was so big that people would remember it. So anyways, this is Stormer side. I suggest you guys use this all the time, even if you're tenure. Sometimes when we're tenure, we kind of lean back a little bit, don't use these tools anymore, right? Because we think we got it, but sometimes we just got to go back to basics, okay? Sometimes we just got to go back to it, go over it every time you switch camps, every time you call a different area. You want to switch, you want to look it up because it's going to help you on the long run, okay? All right, so that being said, Stormer site, you just type in the zip code here, and then you select all, and then you select, where you want to search for hail, wind, or tornado. So that way you can start getting your rebuttals ready. So when you get that person that doesn't want it, you come up with something an argument that is a fact that they will remember. And I know sometimes you're calling different areas, but I mean, we don't call areas that are too far away. So between each other when you're calling that area. So it's usually a zip code that is close by, so it's still related to that storm that happened. So anyways, moving forward with this, I want to show you guys something that is super important. For example, I remember a time when there was a big storm in Lubbock, Texas. It was like big. It was like three inches wide in Lubbock. It was right here. Look, Lubbock, Texas. Lubbock, Texas. I don't know the zip code, to be honest. Look, it didn't pull up anything. Lubbock, Texas. All right, fuck it. Let's move on. And there was a big storm right there. I didn't know how to say Lubbock. I was saying Lubbock, Texas, because I'm not from Texas. I don't know this city, right? So I was saying Lubbock, Texas, and then I already had this client, already had all the info, but they're like, "Where are you guys located?" Like, "Oh, we're local, licensed, bond insured here from Lubbock." They're like, "Lubbock? It's Lubbock. You're not local." And then I do try to come back and say, you know what, I'm from California. I met my wife here. She's from Lubbock, where I thought that's the way you say it. But I haven't been here for a long time, but I'm working for this roofing company. Blah blah blah. Trying to make it up, but I mean, at that point, it's easier for them to just slip away. All right, so pronouncenames.com. You might want to pronounce names.com. All right, pronounce name dot whatever, right? It's gonna appear right here in the first, pronouncenames.com. There it is. You might want to type in whatever it is that you're trying to pronounce. Lubbock, Texas. So it's Lubbock, Texas, and there it is. This is how it's said, right? Like
Lubbock,
something like that, right? So this is going to help you guys, pronounce the cities correctly, because sometimes we don't know how to pronounce them, and then we lose the leads because of that. All right, so pronouncenames.com. Another thing you might want to keep in mind, very important as well. I'm going to increase it so you guys can see, so that I can see as well. So the maps, okay? It seems like very simple, but it also helps you right away know who you're talking to, right? So that you can save yourself some qualifiers, so that in case this person's on the rush, you already saw that it's a single family home or a commercial building, whatever it is, right? You already saw. Gives you enough time to prepare. It's better to ask. Let's say you're looking it up and it's a townhome. It's instead of saying it's a townhome, or is it a single family home, right? You go straight forward with, it's a townhome, so you straight away ask, look, I know this is a townhome, but do you have an association that takes care of the roof, or are you responsible for the roof? And they say it. They be straight up. You know what? I don't. I do have an HOA, but that they're not responsible for the roof. And then, okay, so in case of damage, you're the one responsible. Yeah, okay. Do we need to talk to your neighbors before going out there and inspect the roof, or can we just focus on your side of the roof? Yeah, and just my side. Great, right? So it's better for you to know who you're talking to and their property, how it looks like. It also give you a feeling that you're already there. All right. In case you're already engaged with the conversation with this person, in case you're already like kind of talking to them, be quick about it. If you want to get yourself two monitors, I know, it's an investment, but if you make it, you're not going to regret it. Two monitors going to save your ass sometimes. Look, this is the property. I looked it up. Just you know, there's a property 1638 Centerville Drive. Right here it is. Boom. Right. You get to see the property immediately. You know it's a nice neighborhood. So then you know how to approach these people by knowing it's a nice neighborhood. You might want to keep it cool with them, keep it calm. You don't want to sound too ghetto, right? Because if you sound very ghetto, then they're not going to take it, right? There's areas like South Carolina that you do get to, talk ghetto, Oklahoma, some in Colorado, Illinois, But I mean, in this type of areas where the houses look like this, you don't want to come in like a homie, right? You want to come in like a professional guy that the neighborhood, right? Something like that. So this is going to help you guys kind of prepare what your rebuttal is going to be in case they don't want it. Now you can see that it's not an association because the houses aren't stuck together. Even though there is like I said, there's different like little numbers, but you can see right away that this is a fancy neighborhood, very nice place. By the way, this is an appointment that I scheduled. My computer just went black. I don't know what the heck happened. I hope it comes back. There it is. All right, so you already saw, right? So make sure that you pull it up right away, that you prepare for what's coming. So moving on with the other one, it's called. This is a very important tool. Now let's imagine that you're talking to someone that you call Johnny, right? Hello, Johnny. No, you got the wrong number. Okay, Johnny. Well, my name's Jonathan. I work here for name whatever Twin Tower Roofing. We're doing free 20-minute roof inspections, and if we do find storm damage, sir, we show you how we can help. Tomorrow, 10 a.m. work for you or 5 p.m. better? Let's say you're under a script and you have to say it that way. Good. I don't know what your script is, but if your script is sort of like that, you say it as it is. So he's gonna say like, but dude, you have the wrong number, right? Okay, you understand, but you do own a house here in Buford, right? I do, but it's not that one, right? So, right, let's say that you said 123 Main Street here in Main Street here in Buford. Like, no, I do own a house, not that, right? You got the wrong number, dude. All right, but you do own a house here. And then you move on with the call, right? I mean, we are a company here from Buford. We're local, licensed, bond insured. We're just providing homeowners for free assessment, make sure the roof's in top shape. Or if there's damage, let them know the best way we can help out, just to be on the safe side. And while you're saying that, it sounds like a lot, but while you're doing this, you're already looking it up. And I save it just like this, so that way I could just click on it within the click of a button. I'm already here. I go to the phone and immediately start typing in whatever I say. I have some saved up over here. I'm just gonna type in whatever, right? Let's say that I got the number over here. The address is incorrect, but I got the number. I type it in immediately, and boom, there it is. I get the what's it called? With the number, with the phone number, I'm able to pull up this information. All I got to do is ask their name. Like, and sorry, what's your name? Let's imagine that she said, Darlene. Okay, here it is. Remember the house we were looking at? You just got to scroll down. The first one that appeared over here, that's not always correct. Let's say that. Okay, what's your name is? Oh, my name is Darlene. Okay, you scroll down. You scroll down a little bit, and here it is, Darlene, right? And then all you got to do, okay. And let's say you had the wrong address, you just repeat this one, and you're the owner at 1638 Centerville Drive, Buford, Texas, Buford, Georgia. Yeah, I'm the owner. Okay, great. And then you got this person, right? And the address was completely wrong, and then now you have it. So just by typing in the name, it does help a lot. Let's say you don't see any address that were in Georgia over here. You just got to find a name. Let's say you look it up. You look, nothing. Darlene. You look for Darlene. It wasn't here. Let's say it wasn't here. So you're looking for it over here. Once you find a Darlene, that's when you click on it. You're, oh, there it is, Darlene. You click on it, and then it's gonna pull you over to another window, right? Well, not that one. I'm looking for a different one. Well, it doesn't appear in here, right here, because it did give it to you on the upper side. But anyways, this is an important tool that you guys can do. So it'll give you so much money if you manage to keep them, regardless of the area that you're on, even if it's a different city, I'd suggest just book them, get them, and then later on you ask your manager if you can take it, right? It's better to, get it and then ask questions. Just always book it, then ask questions, because it's a 50% chance that you'll get it, but it's 0% chance if stop and ask your manager and then the homeowner hangs up. Just might as well just get all the info and then you ask if you can go, right? Anyways, moving on. There's another tool I want to share with you guys, and let me close this shit down. I don't know. Can't even see right here. Let me close this. There it is. There it is. Okay, good. So opening up another window, we're gonna move on to which one did I want to? Oh, people search. Yeah, roof calculator. This is something very interesting, and rarely do people actually look at this. And some that have been here for a while don't even know you can do this. But if you want to be successful, is you got to know your product, and this will actually let you know a little bit more about your product. Now, it's not always super accurate, but a little bit, right? Let's imagine you're looking for that same address, 1638 Centerville, right? Let's go Centerville, um, and then it's just for an example over here. Now, as you may saw that house right here, which one was it? Was it this one? It was this. Is this one right here? So control scroll. We go down a little bit more. Okay, there it is. So we're gonna choose the steep because these slopes are kind of steep right here. They're steep. So we're gonna choose this option. This is gonna allow you to make a ballpark estimate. Here it is, a ballpark estimate. You'll be able to know approximately how much is the roof worth. So you're gonna select it here and then you go here. There's another side of the house right here, as you can see. It goes here, then you go right here, over here. It's just ballpark, okay? It's not exact. And then you connect the dots. There it is. Boom. Now you know. Now you select, it's a steep house. It's a designer edition, meaning it's architectural shingles, which is the badass ones. And it is just two-story house. Boom. Now you know the roof is an approximate between 9,000 and 13,000 roof, right? And we still missed a little part right here, I guess. But anyways, between 9,000 and 13,000. That's just a ballpark estimate. I always give them the bigger amount. Now, I don't always do this, but when I do, it makes the call super professional. Now, you're not going to hear this on calls that you get sent, right? Because sometimes, the calls aren't this professional, right? But anyways, let's just imagine that you're like, you know what? I mean, I'm good. I don't even need it. I'm all right. But little do they know that if they have damage, they can be held liable for cost of repairs. And now that you know the roof, how much is it worth? It's a lot of money, right? A lot of money, and it could be even more. What if it was this house, which is bigger, or this one right here? Look, there's a lot of nice houses around here, and I'm sure it's way more than 13, but that's where you want to take off 13, 14, right? You want to let them know, you know what? I mean, to be honest, your roof, I don't know if you know how much is your roof worth, but some roofs in this area are little, like around $14,000, $15,000, right? And I highly suggest you get your roof checked out, because if you do end up with long-term damage, insurance will hold you liable for cost of repairs. And I mean, it's better to get your report, have it in handy. You did check it for 2020 and that you're in great shape. Now, if we do find damage, all we ask for, simply be open-minded or hear us out. Be open-minded in case of damage. Sounds fair enough? Yeah, and then move on. So this is a ballpark estimate. You can do it on anything. Like it's badass. You don't always get to use it, right? And you get to know a little bit more about materials, like shape, type, a roof. All of this, you get to know a little bit more about materials. It's always good to know your product. Anyways, that's pretty much it, guys, about some of the tools that you can use while taking calls. It's always going to make you better. Anything that can make you better, it's going to be a plus. All right. And my goal here, my goal with you guys, if in case you follow me, in case you're my teammate, in case you work for the same company I do, right? Because I don't know from what part are you actually looking at this video since it's on YouTube. But my goal is so that you know give you all this information that I know that has made me a lot of money, so that way you can use it to your advantage, make money, and when you have that extra money, okay, I'm going to teach you how to open up businesses. I'm going to teach you how to, reach your financial freedom at no charge, at no cost. I want you to make money while you're sitting down doing something else, okay? I want you to sit down and, not leave your job. I don't want you to quit. I want you to continue working, okay? Not always, but so that you can have some cash flow, so that you can start making ideas on what you want to invest on, what you're good at, what you like. There's a lot of opportunities out there where you can start selling a product that you like and not even sell it yourself. You can have someone else do it for you, make a small commission, you pay him, and then you start getting little cash flow additional, right? Once you make a lot more money, then you get another business, and little by little. I want to teach you guys. I'm still learning every single day. There's a few mentors that I follow, and I want to teach you the same things in case you're not doing it. All right. So I'll talk to you guys in the next video. Please subscribe to the channel. Give it a thumbs up. We're trying to get to as much people as we can. And yeah, thanks for watching up until now. All right. Talk to you guys in the next video. Have a good one.